Hello there, YouTube. It's Mr. Relentless here, Relentless Killer on the PS3. Today I'm going to focus on the gameplay a little bit less than what I normally do. Today I'm actually going to talk a lot more about something that's been brought to my attention in the last 24 hours or so. That topic actually has to do with my commentaries, and starting off commentaries now with a story. I I have a few stories that I am thought about telling, and today you are going to get one of those stories. It's probably one of my all-time favorite stories, but it's not a story that any of you have ever heard before. This story is straight from the B-Wall, who is the pimp of all pimps. To be honest with you, the B-Wall is just my dad, but really and truly, we all know he's a lot more than that. So, without further ado, let's just begin the story. So, Austin here, he was 11 years old, and my dad, the B-Wall, had just left my mom, his ex-wife. He decides one night he wants to go up to the bar for some drinks because he's now a single man. So he goes up to the bar, and Austin goes to bed. It's 11 o'clock at night, 11:30 at night, and sure enough, I'm sound asleep, and he's up at the bar having himself a good old time, and around 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, here he is coming home with this 22-year-old, and he's 46 years old. I never knew about this story, actually, until about 3-4 months ago, and I found out he told me, because now that I'm 17, it's, I guess, a cool thing to do is tell your 17-year-old that you fuck 22-year-old bitches just for fun. Well, not exactly, but I did enjoy the story. So nonetheless, he brings home this 22-year-old Rocket, apparently, and they were drinking at the bar, but then he's like, why don't you come back to my place, my kid's asleep, whatnot. So he brings her back here, and because my room's upstairs, which is basically right beside his room, he didn't bother taking her into his bedroom. He just kept her downstairs, and now, like I said, she's 22, right? He's 47-ish, maybe 48. I could be wrong. I remember now, I don't have exact dates or exact ages, but that doesn't really matter because she was less than half his age, I should say, or he was double her age. You get my drift. Which, you gotta think about it. That would be a fun time if you were 40, not 17. Because if you were 17, then half your age would be like 8, and that'd be illegal and very disturbing. But let's not get into that. Let's continue with the story here. So he actually didn't bring her upstairs because he was worried that I might hear her. Because you never know, right? You get this odd screamer come home from the bar or whatever. This is what he's thinking. This is what he's telling me, right? I'm 17 years old now, and he's telling me these stories. And I thought, hey, what better idea than to share them on the internet with everyone here? Because who doesn't like a good story every now and then, right? Especially when it's about fucking 22-year-old girls. Like, that's just the greatest experience of your life. So, anyways, we're still talking about this, and he tells me that she comes in and sits down on the little bar stool that we have down in the living room there, in the kitchen area kind of thing. And he starts pouring drinks, making Caesars, whatever, rum on Coke and rum and 7, whatever you want to call it. Started drinking, and they were both feeling pretty good. Before we knew it, she was sitting there on the kitchen table with no panties on. And now, like, I'm not lying to you. He's telling me these stories, and I'm 17 years old, and I'm just loving them up, I'm not going to lie to you guys. These are some great stories I've been told. I do have more stories, but we'll save those for another commentaries. If you do indeed like these stories and whatnot, feel free to subscribe. You will get more stories, and I still get stories every day. Even to this day, he actually told me a story just the other day, which I was quite enjoying. But sorry, I keep getting off track here. So he's pouring a drink, and he looks up, and this girl's sitting there on the kitchen table wearing no panties and just a little mini skirt, eh? So this is in my house, remember? This is in my house. I'm 11 or 12 years old, and I'm sleeping. I didn't know this was going on. He's downstairs in the living room in the kitchen and pouring drinks, drinking with this girl, whatever. And so he goes on telling the story, and he finally ends up telling me that he's never felt more comfortable fucking a girl on the kitchen counter in his life, except for that night. So yeah, that's basically the gist of the story. There's not much else to it. Is that he had sex with a 22-year-old girl on my kitchen table, which is now where I eat my food. Uh, but hey, you know what? I hope one day I can be like him, and because he is the B-Wall, and I guess my name is A-Wall, so I have to stand up to his set standards, I guess, is the best way to describe it. I don't want to let him down, but I also don't know if I can live up to that. That's some pretty high quality stuff going on right there. Like, you know, being 47 years old and getting it on with a 22-year-old, man, that's just phenomenal. I wish that my life can be that good when I'm 47 years old. But yeah, like I said, guys, I really don't have too much else left to talk about for that story. Although I would hope that he had the greatest night of his life then, considering he had just left my mom, and some of us know my mom and some of us don't, but if you do know my mom, you know probably why he left, and that's all I'm going to say on that topic. I don't really want to get into detail with that, but you probably have a good idea of why he left her and went for 22-year-olds at the bar. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, like I said, that story there is just one of the many, many stories that are to come in the future. So I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. And this gameplay only does have about a minute left. And might as well focus a little bit on the gameplay here. As you'll see at the very end, I get a 3-kill feed to take the lead over this Blaster Cherry guy. That's actually his gamertag, Blaster Cherry. And he was very upset after I won this game because he was winning the entire game. As you can probably tell, he still is winning, and it's 1,400 to 1,250. But I actually come back and win by 1 kill. He gets really upset. Here comes right now. Actually, not right now. Sorry, I died there. But as you can see, in the near future, I get 3 kills in a row, and that's all included in the final kill cam, which I thought was pretty cool. So I thought I was willing to upload this. And then I told Blaster Cherry about my channel and whatnot, and he was like, "Man, I don't want to watch your YouTube channel, like, whatever, you beat me, whatever, I don't care anymore, you suck," and he's chirping me, right? But I played with him for a few hours that day, actually. This game was recorded a couple weeks ago. But yeah, here actually you can see that here's the final kill cam just coming up right now. But I do want to thank you guys for watching, and I want to thank Syndicate Gaming for allowing me to post on their channel. And we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.